here we are, and welcome to a four-headed edition of the Friday Night Movie Podcast. We have with us my musical life partner and the author of the Friday Night Movie theme music, the great Howie Kislowicz.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Howie.
We were talking about the theme music a little earlier and how much staying power that theme music has. Howie, do you remember the origin of the theme music?
I think we were starting to experiment with ways of recording remotely, and I think you were like using some new drum software to generate beats and uploading them to SoundCloud, and then I had to download them onto my computer, and then I played around with it, and we started with the synth sounds, with the synth bass, and then I realized it needed to sound more like a video game to make you happy, so I made it sound more like a video game.
Shai needs everything to be more like a video game to make him happy.
And then it sat for like a couple of years as just like a thing on our SoundCloud. And then when I needed a theme song for the show after we did the first couple of episodes, I was like, this should work.
Yeah, and you didn't ask me. I'm going to take this opportunity to let you know I'm going to sue you.
Well, that's okay. You know what? Do you know what 50% of a lot of debt is? You'd be delighted if you share in an equity partner. Our philosophy on this podcast is...
you gotta lose money to
spend money.
Spend money to lose money.
I will say, though, that I think it's very bold how long it is.
Well, there's a short version there's a short version. I have two edits. There's a short version that I edited for the intro.
Wait a minute. Does Lily have feedback on our theme music? Lily, did you want to give it notes? Since you have the two artists together, do you need a re-record?
No, I love it. I'm saying that I think it's bold, that it's like a true intro. Like, I feel like
a 90s TV like theme show where you get the full song?
The full song, as opposed to kind of chickening out and doing like a few little dee-doo-dee-doos, and then you're like, okay, let's start the show. You were like, this is a theme song, and you will listen.
Well, we haven't even guaranteed.
Feels like a backhanded compliment the way you're saying it, though.
No, I like it because I will say, and you know I'm a huge Wilco fan. Jeff Tweedy forever. I love Wilco. But, like, did he just sing the words family trips for the Seth Meyers podcast?
It's a little lazy.
Like, family trips. Like, I could do that. And I feel like
it seemed like...
And I love Jeff Tweedy, but
it just doesn't seem like he did a lot of research on
I
what
feel
the
like,
show.
Josh Myers writes a song after every episode for the guests, like including bits from all the episodes, and they're really like pretty impressive songs. I'm like, he should have written the intro for their show. Anyways, I think ours compared to this Seth Meyers, the Myers brothers, who again also I adore. I think it holds up. It should win its own Signal Award.
I was going to say, there's no Signal Award for theme music. There should be one. I'm going to write the note. I'm in the... By the way, I'm in the Signal Awards Judging Academy.
Put it in the suggestion box.
I feel
Just so everyone wants to know what the
up.
Standards of the Signal Awards are. Shai is a judge.
I'm a judge. Not allowed to judge my own podcast, though.
I do feel like that's fair, and I feel like we would hold up against a Myers Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Intro.
I mean, I think, though, the goal is to not just do that, is to go as far as being as good as, like, the Full House theme song. Like, in fact, let's just start here today. They're I mean, we have a musician with us.
I think that's a great
place made a great
start.
theme song.
I've had podcast theme seems to be a niche for me. I've got a podcast, your podcast, my brother's podcast. I wrote the theme song for. This guy we knew from undergrad who has a theme song, who has a podcast about board games, took one of our recorded songs as his theme song.
I have a feeling you didn't just go board games. I feel like you probably put some.
Well, he took a song that we had already recorded for other purposes, and he asked our permission, and he uses it as his theme song.
Love that.
And
I
I
like
didn't
how
know
you guys are looking at all these different revenue streams.
That's right. What is 0 times 4?
I do feel like you are carving out a space, though, in the music industry for yourself.
It's our niche.
Your niche.
But wait,
yeah,
so
I would say that.
For a minute here.
What?
Let's talk about TV.
No, I was saying, whatever happened to predictability, is like
The Milkman,
probably
Paperboy, and even
top. Find me one that's better than that.
Yeah.
That one's
challenge me on if Full House is the best.
So I want to disqualify any that use already existing songs. So meaning, for example,
you know what? I always loved the Step by Step one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
That's not
telling you what it's about.
I want to just talk about original.
It's an original, I would imagine. Step by step.
Wait, what shows use already established songs?
The Wire did. So the Wire used a Tom Waits recording. I think the song's called "Keep the Devil Down in the Hole" or something like that. And then in subsequent seasons, they had other artists re-record the same song. It was very cool. And Weeds used the song "Little Boxes" by Malvina Reno.
Yeah, that's true.
And
how your knowledge of this is.
Shai, what did Psych use? Was that an existing song?
Psych's original song is amazing.
Psych's original, and then they would record special editions of it throughout the seasons,
there was like
which
the
was
Christmas
very
version
special.
And the acapella version. That's one of my all-time favorites because
Scrubs
also
is pretty epic.
There's also within the main version
that's not
of
an
Psych,
original.
there was a lot. That's not an original. That's by Laszlo.
Didn't that song like be made for this? Like, or they just took it for the show?
I think they just took it.
Yeah, I think it existed. But the Psych one also, there's a long and a short version depending on which intro they
just like Friday Night Movie.
I think there's ones another. The Peacemaker opening, also existing songs. Maybe the best opening since I watched that over and over and over again.
I watch it every week. It's one of the very few ones I watch every week because I'm trying to catch something new in the performances. And don't you feel like Lily, the perfect couple, kind of ripped that off a bit? The idea of just having everyone do a choreographed dance sequence,
like a flash mob.
Well,
it's very different. It's a very different type of choreography.
I believe the original Drew Carey, which was also to Friday,
Cleveland Rocks.
No, before Cleveland Rocks.
Oh.
There was It's a 5 o'clock world when the weekend.
Oh yeah,
I just feel like this is a deep cut.
Had a whole dance.
That's very deep cut.
Or are we talking about?
Wait, I don't know, but I actually feel like we do have a lot to cover, and that wasn't on the agenda.
All right. Okay. So before we jump
into this wasn't on the agenda, now we're spending a lot of time on something.
Okay. We'll come back. We'll bring Howie back to talk about these.
If there's time, we can go back to this at the end.
But in the meantime, we're going to just do an immediate live, I'm not watching more baby videos. I'm not watching more weird AI baby videos. Stop it. Yes.
Stop it. They're nightmare.
Are they already AIing Howie in this podcast?
I am an AI already today.
Of Howie.
Yeah, I've been faking my intelligence for a long time.
You're just that smart that we can't even tell that you're AI.
Okay. So just the latest development in Riverside is I got a free sampling of
this program just keeps proving how great it is.
And then they want you to pay for it. So they're like, here's a free sample of yourself as a baby.
Everyone stay quietly. This is a picture of me and Lily physically transformed into babies. But Becky's talking, but it can't recognize two people in the same frame. Again, every time I see this,
except neither one of these babies are me or you.
They're just babies.
I mean, okay,
they couldn't scour the internet to find baby pictures of us. Right. They exist.
So I'm just going to play a couple seconds just so you can get the experience of the voices speaking, and then I'll mute it or I'll stop it, and then we can talk about it.
Okay. Came back to the hotel.
That baby is wearing my jewelry.
All right, what do you think so far?
And my dress.
Why is your hair red? Why is your hair red? But they look like they have adult
he went to
teeth.
Turkey.
Again, they look like
he went to Turkey to get the veneers, like the cheap veneers.
And the hair transplant.
Look at the shy baby. The shy baby looks like he's just had a really hard day at the accounting firm. Like the lines around the eyes.
The Lily baby's pretty cute.
Well, like we can make everything look like a baby, but their eyes.
I like how my baby has curly hair. It's accurate.
Your baby's so cute, Lily.
Look at her
Yep.
jewelry.
Yeah, she's pretty good.
But also, that baby's arms and my arms are the exact same. That's what my arms look like. It's just
Why
my
do I-
head.
You
That's
see how
different.
big my face is here? And also,
Yeah, but
like,
wait, if you look at the neck down, that's just my body. And they just replaced the head. I didn't notice that before.
oh, like they just shrunk your body.
Yeah,
And then
that's
put
my
a
body.
You
baby head on.
box 3 times a week. You have very toned arms.
Okay.
Those look
Well,
great.
that was our latest adventure in AI. And Becky, since you have a rich agenda, take it away.
Okay, so this is pop culture. I mean, we talk about movies, shows, pop culture. This is actually like a pop culture related theme for Howie, because Howie and I both love to cook. We love, we follow various food trends. And so I've recently dipped my toe into a couple of food trends. I'm very, very behind the curve on it. But I wanted to just ask Howie if he has tried these things or done them. So as we know, the whole summer leading up into the summer and the whole summer, the rage has been Dubai chocolate, right? That's like all the internet is talking about.
What is it made
over
of?
this what?
Pistachio paste.
It's like pistachio
And the
cream
crunchies on
mixed
top.
with those
And
like
the
little
crunchies. Like
little
acai
crunchy
crunchies.
Kanafe, like toasted. I think it's called kanafe.
I
Yeah.
tried Dubai chocolate when we were in Croatia. Maybe I should try it in Dubai. I don't know. It wasn't that special.
Okay, so here's the thing. I tried a Dubai chocolate ice cream, like a Dubai flavored ice cream, which just was like ice cream with pistachio butter
That
and
wasn't
some
bad,
crunchies, and it was
but
like
I don't
fine.
know.
It was delicious, but I hadn't like tried the chocolate. And so the other day at the farmer's market, someone was making homemade Dubai chocolate, and so everyone's always making it homemade. And I got some, and I believe this is like very good Dubai chocolate. But my feeling about it was just like very greasy and oily from all the pistachio butter and the like buttery toasted crunchies. And it just like, it was a very underwhelming experience. And I was curious, Howie, if you've been on the Dubai chocolate craze, if you've been making it yourself, have you been making Dubai chocolate ice cream?
No, I haven't. Actually, I haven't had tried the Dubai chocolate. I haven't had a good moment to do it. But for my birthday this past year, Naomi did get me a chocolate mold. So I'm learning how to make like fancy chocolate bonbons.
A chocolatier.
Which at first is, it's
Right
really
here.
fun. At first, it gets a little frustrating at first because the hardest thing is like tempering the chocolate so that it's nice, and then
Tempering.
I don't even know what that word means.
You talk-
Tempering it so it's
Yeah,
not
you just-
angry?
you cuddle it.
What is... Do you follow that guy on Instagram that makes the most insane sculptures out
Yeah,
of chocolate?
Amaury Guichon or something. Yeah,
What,
he's
like,
great.
He doesn't... he might
He
be
knows how to
AI.
temper a chocolate.
Like,
Well, he has all
those
the machines that
creations-
temper it for you, so that
Yeah.
because he uses it in such large quantities. But when you temper
So-
chocolate at home, you have to melt it to a certain temperature, and then you add in solid chocolate to bring it down to a certain temperature, and then you bring it back up. So it's kind of fussy. But what it does is, when you like eat a nice chocolate bonbon, the outside layer of chocolate is a little bit shiny, and it has that snap.
Yeah, it has that kind of like mirror, like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Love
that's what
that shimmer.
tempering. That's what tempering does.
Do you know what you
Um,
can
Well,
do?
if you decide,
I have
hold on,
a
if you
really good
did- yeah.
technique. You
Yeah.
just get it, you just buy a Ferrero Rocher.
Willie loves a Ferrero
and you
Rocher.
eat it.
Like,
And
if
you eat
Willie
it
were
on,
to
like,
go
a
to
Lind,
York,
a Lind ball, that looks tempered.
My most successful, I had 2 successful batches lately. I did like a tahina caramel filled chocolate where you use,
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. instead of using butter to make your caramel, you use tahina as the fat, and it has like a nice sesame taste.
Can you provide some photos so that we can?
Shai, can you
see
bring
this?
some home for me to try?
I don't have those left, but I did like a peanut butter ganache filled.
I
Wow, we're
expect Shai to return with some samples. Okay, so if you decide to like get on the Dubai bandwagon, even though we're very behind the curve here, my challenge to you is find a way to make it like not greasy. It was so oily.
I think what I would do is I would do the same approach as I did with the peanut butter. Like I'd make the pistachio butter, but then I would incorporate it into a chocolate ganache so that it has more of like a solid consistency when it's
right,
cold.
because there's so much oil in it
that most
that
people
it's
don't
so.
understand. Are you getting these techniques from the season 2 of With Love Megan show on Netflix?
What?
I have not watched
Is that
show.
is that like a sequel to The Summer I Turned Pretty?
I
No,
think that
it's
show
like Meghan
exists so that other
Markle's-
people can just
It's Meghan Markle's cooking
make
and like home tips. That
it's like her Martha
you can
Stewart
follow.
show.
Home
Martha
But a
tips
lot of
from
it
what?
is
by
just
Meghan
like
Princess?
taking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of
Or
it is just like
princess. Is she
taking
still a
snacks
princess?
from
I
one
don't know.
bag and then putting them in cuter
And
bags.
putting in a jar.
Put it
Here's
in
an
a paper
idea.
bag so it feels cute.
So it's
Marry a
really
royal
spicy.
with infinite wealth.
Yes.
She
Because
means
like
well.
she's not a princess, but she
She
still
does
has
mean well.
servants, right?
She means well.
What?
That's a
What
real.
is it?
That's a real.
Like she still has a chef and a footman, right? Even though she's not a princess technically.
No, I
She
think
lives
this
in
was
Santa
part of the whole
Barbara, so
argument.
I don't know how many
This was like
footmen are in Santa Barbara.
no. This was part of the whole argument of him leaving the royal family. They took away all of his royal detail, like his security detail and all that. I don't think he got to keep
He
the
has no
footman.
feet, men.
But I
All the
truly
feet men are
believe,
gone.
I truly believe her show is a case of she meant well. Like she means well. She's not trying to
You
hurt
have
anyone
to
with
watch
the
an
show.
episode, please.
She just
All right.
Please watch an episode.
and you know what? I gotta tell you, I enjoy watching clips of it because then I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like at very least I'm at Meghan Markle level, and
It
she
makes
has a
me
show.
feel better.
So I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
doing pretty well.
Because like
All right.
that's Howie's description.
But
of
if
that
you're
chocolate
gonna
is so
watch an
complicated.
episode, Lily showed it to me. If you do choose one episode, please watch the Mindy Kaling episode because every time Meghan Markle suggests for Mindy to make something, her answer is, "I hire people to do that. No, thank you."
It's amazing.
It's like I don't make
best.
I don't make
Awesome
loot
TV.
bags for my kids' parties.
If you wanted to make Meghan Markle seem relatable, put Mindy Kaling.
Right.
Although honestly, I probably relate more to Mindy's
To
approach
Mindy
when it comes to
Kaling.
food. Cooking food, I'm like, although, so
Yeah.
I've eaten well since I've been here. Howie made incredible homemade pulled pork and
Jeez, wow.
arepas. Actually, Naomi made arepas.
Yeah.
And then for dinner, as a surprise, after I had eaten my weight in pulled pork, Howie and Naomi and Gabe took me to a place called the Pin Bar, which is a bar that has all-you-can-play pinball machines, legitimately great classic pinball machines. Black
my
Knight,
God.
Mystic Canyon, Star Wars, Metallica, AC/DC, Kiss, Aerosmith, Godzilla, Attack from Mars. Like amazing, amazing classic pinball, Medieval Madness. Classic pinball machines for free, nonstop. They served poutine, which I know I'm in Calgary, but honestly, like anywhere north of the border, I got to take what I can get.
You got like a dessert poutine after that whole meal? Are you
Well,
okay?
the one was lunch and then it was dinner. But yes,
Okay, got it,
poutine is
got it.
ultimately my dessert. Yes. After I just forced, I needed to eat, I couldn't eat all of it. It was enormous, but I was like, I will eat every cheese
Fuck, I'm
curd.
so hungry right now.
Mhm.
Poutine.
And part of it was inspired by the great pinball incident of last week of my pinball delivery, which
Oh,
everyone
amazing.
has agreed. Guy, did you learn a lesson about measuring your door?
By
Shai, how much
visiting
does
the
your
pin
door
bar?
measure? You have no idea how much that door. You don't know the width of that door.
So it's not 32 inches.
Yeah,
I'll tell you
it's
that.
it's about 3/4 of a pinball machine.
3/4 of a
That's how
pinball
Shai
machine.
measures everything now.
He's gonna walk into Home
About
Depot.
Half a pinball machine.
Well, I hope
That's
it
such
gave
a
you
good time.
inspiration for future pinball upgrades.
It took a
I
lot
wouldn't-
of pictures.
Shai is,
To be honest,
Shai
I
is
took a
not
lot of
allowed to
pictures.
have more pinball
I-
machines.
I took a lot of pictures. Allie, when we talked to Allie later in the day, I was like, Allie, I took a lot of pictures. It's like, no, stop.
So fun.
They're gonna buy. The plan is now to buy the one more house over and knock it down and build it entirely of pinball
Just-
machines.
Justin.
And maybe a chocolate factory for you, Howie? Just set up
I don't.
shop.
So, all right, now let's talk about TV and movie and shows and things like that. I want to recommend. I saw Spike Lee's new Highest to Lowest. What? Closer? Closer? Can you hear me better now? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Lily. I always appreciate your sound feedback. It means a lot to me. So, better now?
Yeah.
So I saw with Allie, we went to the theater to see Spike Lee's Highest to Lowest, which is a remake of Akira Kurosawa's High and Low, which I had watched the previous week, which is a masterpiece in its own right. And then Spike Lee, his version was, Allie had not seen the original, and Allie was like, that movie was amazing. And it was
excited.
Just overwhelming to see a master in dialogue with a master. Like, we don't usually get too film nerdy on this, but High and Low, which is it kind of takes place in different sections, but it's about a kidnapping, but it's about the moral dilemmas associated with the rich and the poor and what you would do for somebody, the sacrifice of your own to help them, and why someone might kidnap someone close to you is. And then Spike Lee takes this version that happened in 1960s Japan and beams it into this era with social media and with Denzel Washington playing the head of a record label. And it's a great crime movie, but then it also has those amazing Spike Lee, like, straight, direct looks at the camera, or total change in the way the film is processed for parts of it.
But it's on Apple.
He does a good crime.
And you went to the
So
theater?
that was something. So I bought tickets to see it in the theater because I was just really excited
I'm sure
to
it costs
see it.
the same.
I wasn't paying attention that it was also on Apple. So as we were driving to the
I think
theater,
that's great that you went, because I'm sure it's like $35 on Apple. You might as well go to the theater.
oh, it was $20 for us because I have an Alamo membership. But it was so good on the big screen,
That's
like,
awesome.
look, Spike Lee is a master, and Denzel Washington is not going to do many more movies, and the
He's not.
music.
He said he's not, right?
The music in the movie, the score in the movie is incredible. Incredible. I actually thought it was a Bruce Hornsby score because he scored many of Spike Lee's stuff. It wasn't, but it had, imagine this, it's a Spike Lee crime movie.
Ooh.
It has an overwhelming Bruce Hornsby style piano score to the most suspenseful scenes. It was, there's a scene in both movies on a train, like a big climax that happens on a train. And in the 1963 version is black and white. They managed to make it amazing. And then Spike Lee takes it and weaves it into the Puerto Rican Day Parade in New York, and has live music, and has Rosie Perez and Anthony Ramos are in it as themselves. So it takes place in our reality. Just one of the most amazing sequences I've seen in a movie in a long time. They're both long movies. It's worth watching one and then the other. Huge recommendation on my part. And just people have to be prepared. It takes place essentially in 3 sections. The first section is really dialogue between characters in an apartment, in like a fancy apartment. So there's like no action at the beginning. Then there is this like unbelievable high suspense chase part, and then there is the after part, the denouement. Or not the denouement, but just watch all 3 sections. It's amazing. It pays off.
All right, I'm very excited.
Howie, you and my sister.
No, let's invite our guest to speak.
I just finished watching the Thursday Murder Club movie on Netflix.
Was our mom
there? I can't wait to see it with my mom.
I was a big fan of the books. Like a couple of years ago, I started, like, I had never really been a mystery reader, but I started to get really into like cozy British style mysteries that are somehow murder related, but the murder is always like, it doesn't feel real, so that it maintains its coziness. And
that's a fairly cozy murder by murder standpoints in terms of the way it's conveyed in the film. Like, very kind of an unlikable guy dies off screen.
Right, exactly. And the cast is like superstars. It's like Helen Mirren and Ben Kingsley and Pierce Brosnan are the 3 of the 4 main leads. And it, honestly, it didn't hook me right away. Like the feel of the movie didn't draw me in, and it felt a little bit sort of like flimsy at the beginning. But then by about halfway through the movie, I was in it, and I still think the books are a little bit better, but
which is often the case.
But I thought it was a nice recreation. before the movies came out, when I would recommend the books to people, I would say it's kind of like Harry Potter set in a retirement community without any magic, because the
Okay.
like
So not like Harry Potter.
hear
at
me
all.
out. Hear me out. First of all, like
It's
one
Star
of the
Wars
male
without the
sidekick,
space.
one
Or
of the
the
male
Jedis.
sidekick characters is named Ron, so that I think works
Okay.
in my favor. They
And
all
they play
speak with British
Quidditch.
accents.
And they play
Okay,
Well,
so it
they-
takes place in
they-
England.
There's jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, so Quidditch is like jigsaw puzzling in a lot of ways. Like if you get down
that
to the
it's
metaphysics
pointless.
of it.
One of the funny things I thought, first of all, this movie is delightful. It's also, by the way, it's directed by Chris Columbus, and that guy knows how to make a movie. And I would say for a Netflix original movie, this was a really well
I
made,
can't wait.
enjoyable.
I'm sold on because I get to watch it with mom. Sold.
I do
I mean,
have a
that
question.
Harry
Howard.
Potter analogy really, really sold me.
Well, okay,
on
hold
it.
on. Hear
I
me out.
wasn't sold already.
Hear me out. So Harry, I was saying this to Shai this morning. Like Harry Potter, what draws you in from those books and those movies are the plot points, and like you finish a chapter, you need to start the next chapter. But I
Never
think
finished it.
what stays with you after the books or after watching the movies is the friendship between the main characters and the way that they support each other and the way the characters are developed. I think is like one of the overarching themes of all of those books. Likewise, in this Thursday Murder Club series, like the first book especially is very plot driven, but the more books you read, the more you learn about each of the main
Got it,
characters,
got it.
and the sweetness of their relationship is really what keeps you coming back, I think.
Okay.
I- I would just have one question for Howie.
Yeah.
And this is something you should think about because I watched HIAS to Lowest, which was about class. These are not like grandmas like the grandma in Happy Gilmore that are, in an old age home and in a retirement community forced to like sew things, at sweatshop
And-
paces.
and-
These are like
Okay.
all very wealthy, important people. And so what I really enjoyed about the stakes of this movie, but it was kind of funny, was the stakes was like they were going to lose their retirement home. Like someone was going to sell it and turn it into condos. By the way, David Tennant is in this movie too. There's also
love
like
him.
random David Tennant. But like I was always like, so they just go to another retirement community? Like these people are not hitting. Like we really love this mansion we live in, and we don't want to lose it. And I like that they didn't. Sometimes I get annoyed when like people over up the stakes. And this was
Right,
like
but
I
to
was
say
like,
once
I
in a
can
while,
really-
low stakes they make it a little bit
Yeah.
more fun to watch when you're like,
Well, you
low
lose
stakes.
the coziness if the stakes are too high.
Yeah.
Which
I
I
don't need
will
to be that
say, I actually maybe well, it's a bit of a tip. You know what? It's fine. I'll save it for a Josh's complaints episode. I'll say
It
it's
would
the
be
complaint
great
I
if
have in
it-
storytelling.
It would be great if, in addition to what's it called, Common Sense Media, there was something that was just like the stakes. Like there's a website, right, that says, "Did the dog die?" That will tell you whether or not the dog in a movie
Right,
dies.
right.
Aw,
Right. Yeah,
so
there
funny.
is. There is a dog. Yeah,
No,
that
I
is
just
a real
think one-
thing.
One
Well,
that
this
ranks
is-
the stakes.
Well, this is like
Idiot.
there's two shows right now where it feels like they very arbitrarily put in the backstory. This is in Untamed and in Stick. They're like, we need to make the male lead sad. We're gonna give him a dead kid, and it's just like it
I
just
turned
feels
Stick off
so.
because of that.
I turned off Stick because of that, and I turned off Untamed because of that. Because it's like
not a
we
big
can't think of
part the
another.
show.
It doesn't matter.
like
Even
Stick.
worse. Even worse that you're just going to stick that in there of like, let's make him sad and a reason why he's a mess and a drunk. And you're like, this is not good storytelling and it's depressing and it makes me not want to watch it. So, yeah, that's my complaint.
I was trying to think about it, but Stick would be my example of they were like, "Ooh, let's raise the stakes. Let's give him a dead kid," and I was like, "Ugh, I don't have the energy to process that."
Exactly.
So,
Wait,
like
so
this should be a light show about this should be Happy Gilmore
Okay.
with Owen Wilson.
okay. I don't mean to do another hard left, but on things that since we're just getting worked up right now and I'm worked up, can we please talk a little bit about Alien Earth episode 5? Because I'm a little bit worked up about it.
How have you seen it?
Did
No,
everybody
I
watch it?
actually no.
It's fine.
Howie watched Resident Alien though, all the way through the end.
We'll talk about the other Alien tournament. There's just one thing I need to air out that I'm very worked up about.
Wait, did you watch the episodes in between, or did you stop at episode 1 and go to episode 5?
I watched all of it. I watched all of it. And I agree with Sean.
Out of order, though, because you started with episode 4.
Well, I'm halfway through it. I watched, but I got to tell you, it made watching episode 4 a lot easier. That I got to go like 25 minutes into it and have to watch the whole first half. That really helped me get over the hump. So here's the thing. Episode 5 of Alien is, in a sense, like Shai had told me, it's almost like a capsule episode where you just sort of have these deep space explorers and an alien attack on their ship, and you're following that story for an episode. Okay, great, super cool. On the one hand, these are deep space bio whatever explorers that are going to collect dangerous alien life forms that they have been studying, that they know are dangerous and precarious. They know this has nothing to do with the xenomorph, but these people already like have a sense of what the xenomorph is and all that. This is not the xenomorph issue. There is a scene in that episode where the doctors are going to perform an emergency surgery on one of the guys, and they just sort of like haphazardly are like, oh, let me put these gloves on and no other protection, and I'm so nervous. And then they're like, let's rip these alien things off his body with no protection. And then when it explodes in their face and they like die, they're like, oh my God, we're so surprised. And Vlad and I are watching this going,
like, maybe
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, is
this
this your first Alien movie? Because I'm pretty sure you're the space explorers who should take better precaution. Why are we yelling at the screen, put a helmet on, put a mask on? I don't know. Don't touch that thing with your bare hand. It reminded me of Department Q, which I heard Howie also watched, when you're like, let's threaten the big bad guy and then stand with our back to him for as long as possible and see what happens.
Yeah. And make sure everybody knows there's a hammer.
Make sure everyone knows there's a hammer.
Okay, right? I just want to defend. I want to briefly defend it in that. So, because there's been some other questions about this on the internet, which is like, how is this like the dumbest crew ever, right? Because they're not a very competent crew when you see it. And I think the thing is that there's always a discussion of the rich corporation and who they're willing to sacrifice in the alien world, right? Like that's the big human backdrop. Weyland-Yutani is taking people that are desperate, right? That they're desperate to get one little share in this company and whatever, to go 65 years or however long mission while their whole family like dies back on Earth just to get a little bit of extra money. They're not getting the best and the brightest for these particular missions. They're getting the people that were willing to go and do this, and they're all expendable because they just want them to, hundreds of them I think have already died capturing these things in the first place. So we're not good people.
I agree. I have not spent 65 years exploring deep space collecting samples, and I know maybe before ripping an alien thing off of someone's body, put like a mask on,
and like an
because
N95.
You don't know, like an N95. And I'm not saying that to be the best and the brightest. I'm just saying the non-space explorer human shouldn't know more. Yeah, like shouldn't know more.
Well, let's circle back.
But I do like smoking. But I do. Makes it feel very 80s. How everyone's smoking in a
70s.
Isn't there some sort of like gas or air pressure regulation that we shouldn't smoke inside a spaceship?
They've made many efforts to make sure that it is consistent with the environment of alien.
I love the smoking.
I love that. No, I do. And I agree with Shai. It is very clear these are not the best and brightest people, and they do explain. I mean, they pretty much like lay out, with the scene with the two engineers, the desperation to take the jobs.
I love this show.
It's great, right?
I love this show. I don't care. I love this show. I'm having a great time watching it. Even that slow episode, I'm here for it.
The slow episode was hard.
The slow episode was like stupid, but
Howie, Department Q, what was your take? Speaking of a less cozy British show, that's a pretty brutal, murdery, tortury British show.
It was dark. I watched it with my wife, with Naomi, and finding like the overlap of our interests. It's either got to be a spy or a murder show for us both to stay engaged, and then we each have our own sort of sub-interests that we pursue independently. But Department Q was like perfect.
The Venn diagram of...
Exactly. One thing that she observed, which I thought was really interesting, was like, if this was an American-made show, as soon as they had the hunch about where Merritt was being held, there would be helicopters and there would be, a SWAT team in, and it would be like all guns blazing.
Somebody would have a gun. Somebody might have a gun if it was American. Because they have a crowbar. No one. I think there's too many guns in America. But there are not enough guns for police officers. Trying to save a kidnapped woman from a tank in England.
Yeah. But it seemed to me like even the show creators were kind of made a nod to that, because he asks for a helicopter and he gets turned down, right?
Right, which is really
Are you
funny.
Crazy? She was like, get out of here. You're right, because that's what you would sound an alarm like that for the big reveal.
But that to me is
cool that he was on.
Well, it's emblematic of the tone of the show, right? That it's not guns blazing, that it's slow.
When he asks for the speedboat, that's really funny.
Yeah. Slow, methodical, clever, quiet.
Cool. Do you guys watch Slow Horses?
I love Slow Horses. Naomi has not been into
Venn diagramming for you guys.
I think I may have kind of gone off on my own, because that was another series where I had also read the books and I really wanted to see how they translated it. The books are fun.
Are
the
the
series
side characters better in the books? Because I'm really 50-50 on the side characters in the show.
Well, they are kind of all meant to be really meaningfully flawed, right? It's not somebody who's gotten a bad rap and they're really perfect.
Right. These are real screw ups.
Yeah.
Right. Still... The gist is that River's there for some other reason. He shouldn't be there. But everybody else is a fuck up. So
Yeah, he gets set up. Basically.
Right. I just started season 3 and I'm really into it.
But it was one of those, I thought that it was actually really well done and very faithful to the books, to the point that when I read another novel in the series, I couldn't help but picture the characters from the TV series.
That's how you know it's good.
And they kind of fit very well together. And Jackson Lamb is he's just so great in the. Yeah, cool. But that I don't know if Naomi would be into that one. I think Jackson Lamb might push on the gross out button. Yeah.
I am fascinated with how gross he is and how gross his character is and his aesthetic and everything. And then it's not for a movie that you won an Academy Award for. It's over years of a series that he has to look like this.
They should have, though, when I think about that, they should have some kind of Emmy. They have so many Emmys. Why not have one for length of a series that you can qualify for a particular award when you're
10 years and over?
Well, no, just if you the entire body of work of portraying a character, yes, season seems like a way to compete, but if you were Amy Poehler as Leslie Knope, I don't know if she ever won in any individual Parks and Rec season. We're going to talk about someone who portrayed one of the all-time greatest characters with growth over many seasons. That would be an example. Maybe, that would be kind of an interesting conversation for us to have.
Well, all you have to do is get yourself on the Emmy judges panel like you did the Signal Awards.
I know. First that's Signal Awards.
Classic stepping stone.
Right. Exactly. Signal Awards, Emmys, Golden Globes, Oscars. Yeah.
I think you only have to be in the audience of the Emmys once to be a voter, right? I've been since I've been in the audience once.
One time.
Lily, what else are you watching?
So I mentioned Slow Horses. Becky was season 2 is a little bit slow, so just stick with it. And I did, and season 3 is like really happening. So it like starts off very energetic.
Pretty great.
So it's really, and by now I'm into the characters. And what else? I'm watching, I feel like I haven't had, I'm watching too much.
No,
like forcing myself.
I barely was able to watch one episode.
We watched one episode together, and I'm like,
you want to know something?
To watch it,
it's too much.
Too much.
It's too much.
Yeah,
it's too much.
She's a lot. It's a lot.
I don't need that much of anyone.
Yeah, it is a lot, and
I thought you meant you were literally watching like too much television,
No,
and it just finally dawned on me that there's a show called Tuna.
I thought that I zoned out, and I thought that I zoned out, and I was like, was I not paying attention to what Lily was talking about? I'll just nod and say, yeah, I guess it is too much of stuff.
No,
Lena Dunham's new show with, what's her name? Megan
Stalter.
But she delivers on the promise of it being too much. Wait, I feel like I never have anything to say.
Really funny moments in it, though.
When you guys are like, what are you watching that's new? And I like haven't really watched anything new. I watched a movie last night. A newer movie that's on Hulu called Riff Raff with Ed Harris, Lewis Pullman, Pete Davidson, Bill Murray, Gabrielle Union, and the kid from Lemonade Blessing, the best friend.
Oh, cool! All right, the guy who Bible with
the Bible, with the Lutheran Bible, and that kid, and it was like pretty dark. Like it was a dark comedy, it's definitely like a dark comedy, funny. And Jennifer Coolidge, and she's so good. I mean, like the acting's all really on.
No, because I wasn't.
It's really good. I recommend it.
Cut me off.
Well, so because I never.
So I'm also watching for our rom-com fans out there. There's a new rom-com with a guy that you guys like from Riverside, Dale. The guy that plays Archie.
Oh, yeah, I like that kid. Yeah, he's like Australian.
He is. He plays someone from New Zealand, so I don't know if that's okay.
Well, I mean,
if he's Australian, but so it's about two travelers who meet and fall in love in Barcelona.
Oh my gosh, where have I heard that story before? Where have I heard that story?
I don't know. I'm like, I'm paying attention. And then it has the girl from the Outer Banks show you guys like. So it's like two people from not great shows that both of you watch.
I admittedly only watched one.
They came together to make a mediocre rom-com.
It's the perfect show that like I'm watching in those stages or a movie. It's a movie while you're like cooking, like, when you're in the kitchen, you just like need something, and it's really filling its job. So.
Wait, but can I go back to Riff Raff for a second? I would love for you guys to watch it, and I'm so curious to get. I just would like for you guys to watch it. I watch it. I'd love to get your thoughts. I think it's like a little bit, because like you see Bill Murray and Pete Davidson in it together, and you kind of imagine like those guys can give some pretty wacky performances, and it's actually like very restrained.
Did you go on Netflix and you were like, what have I, like, unread emails? You were like, what have I not watched? And this came up.
Well, that's what I keep my Letterboxd watch list.
Where is this movie?
So first of all,
advertised this movie.
I will. Do you want me to answer? I watch all the previews. I've seen a preview for everything. I've seen all the previews.
I'm okay watching previews.
I love it. So I saw a preview for this months ago.
I watched Riff Raff. Forgot about it.
You did. You like looking it up.
I just looked it up. I'm like, I saw this movie. Jennifer Coolidge is great in it.
She is great in it, and I feel like for a just on Hulu movie, I don't think this was in theaters. It's definitely
it's
like more interest. It's more. I think you can buy it there. It's like a Hulu movie. I don't know, or maybe not. I don't know, or maybe it was in theaters.
On Apple Plus.
I don't know.
I can.
Well, you don't get Hulu where you live.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's definitely more interesting and a little more interesting, a little darker, but in like, again, a more like restrained, held together way, not just like you're gonna have a dead son for the sake of it to make we're gonna, in that way. Like it felt a little bit more interesting than your typical streaming movie, and I overall really I liked it, and I think certain things like Jennifer Coolidge made it like particularly funny and fun to watch. So I liked it, and it's cool to see Lewis Pullman in something where he has more of like a lead role and a little bit more of like a
Well, now he's
fun or
dating
dramatic.
think
Kaya
he'll-
Gerber, so he's very busy.
He's
Do
fine.
you think
He's fine. No one's worried about him.
Who's dating?
Kaya Gerber.
Cindy Crawford's
Oh, wow.
daughter.
Yeah. He was a do you think he's gonna be in Spaceballs too?
I hope so.
Oh,
as like a
that would
surprise.
be amazing.
I would imagine. I mean,
That would be
hope.
so cool.
Because it's not often that the kids of someone are like that good that, like, for example, in Monarch Legacy, the show about the Monsterverse, where is it Wyatt Russell plays young Kurt Russell in that show?
Yeah.
Like, that was like the show's cool, but the fact that you got to have
Right.
Wyatt
Or
Russell
in
playing
Straight
dad
Outta
was-
Compton.
oh yeah, Ice Cube
Or-
Jr. is an amazing actor. I think Ice Cube Jr. is a better actor than his dad.
Didn't Maya Hawke
Anyway.
do something with one of her parents?
I don't know. I don't think she
no.
played.
I think she did
Tony
something
Hawk?
with Ethan Hawke. I think she did something with Ethan Hawke.
Oh, did she play his daughter?
I think so, in something.
Well,
and she
We're
talked
gonna
about
wrap.
All right. Yeah.
We're gonna wrap the show here. I want to give out a shout out to the Scary Movie Project, Matt Lolich, and Bill Vaughn, who did the sound, and Tony, who did the camera work. I guested in a project that'll come out sometime in October, which is a recap and analysis of The Exorcist, but we did it walking through the sites of the movie in Georgetown. So that was pretty wild.
When
So
did
cool.
you
I
do
can't wait to do
this?
Right before I flew to Calgary.
What is this
right, like,
secret life you have? What other secret
awesome.
meetings do you have?
Terrifying. Awesome, but terrifying. I put it all on the calendar. There, you guys literally see every appointment I
I
have.
saw you shy FaceTime me from it.
Did it say Exorcist walkthrough with another podcast? Because unless that
No,
was
no,
the
no,
description, why would I know
totally-
what you were doing?
All right, guys. Any parting words? Howie,
right.
thank you for being here.
Thank
My
you so much
pleasure.
being
Thanks
here.
for coming to
Thanks,
visit.
Howie.
Let me know how the chocolate's going.
Check
Yeah.
out our
I
music.
think
on
you should try
Spotify.
putting like a little salty pretzel in the next bonbon. I like a
I
little.
love that idea. That's a smart
Yeah, it's
idea.
good with the pretzel. So yeah, check out our music on Spotify. What does it eat?
Yeah, we're playing tonight in
Salty
Calgary.
bonbons.
We're playing our first show at a bar, coffee shop in many years, so it should be a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun
Excited
practicing.
For you guys.
That'd
And
be
what
great.
does it eat? Salty chocolate. Oh.
All right, love you guys. Bye. Thank you for listening to Friday Night Movie, the sibling rivalry and pop culture podcast. Join the Friday Night Movie family by following @FryNightMovie on all of the socials and visiting our website, FryNightMovie.com. Our theme song is by What Does It Eat? And make sure to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for listening.